Good evening and welcome to NYC Arts. I'm Philippe de Montebello at the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Spring has arrived at last, and along with the bloom of tulips and cherry blossoms, American Ballet Theatre returns to the Metropolitan Opera House. This season, ABT presents ballet classics such as Don Quixote, Romeo and Juliet, La Bayadère, and Swan Lake. But audiences can also enjoy the New York premiere of a new production of Arlequinade from artist-in-residence Alexei Ratmansky. Based on the classic pantomime story, Arlequinade is a slapstick tale of the high-spirited Harlequin and Columbine, the object of his affections. But make no mistake, in this comic ballet, the dancing is top-notch. A rotating cast of principal dancers will perform in this ballet, but what they all share is the invaluable guidance of their coach, Irina Kolpakova. During her time at the Kirov Ballet, now called Mariinsky, she was legendary. Having danced with Rudolf Nureyev and Mikhail Baryshnikov, she performed well into her 50s and won the highest artistic awards from her country. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, Baryshnikov, then artistic director of American Ballet Theatre, invited her to teach here. So what can a coach like Kolpakova provide to dancers who are already at the top of their art form? She can guide them towards inhabiting the emotional life of the character. Part mentor, confidant, and trusted friend, a coach like Irina can support dancers to be the very best they can be.
Irina's official title is ballet mistress of American Ballet Theatre. A ballet mistress or ballet master is basically in charge of a certain portion of the repertoire we do. Irina in particular, her qualities are, as a coach, are one that primarily takes the material that you present her and tries to put it through a lens for the dancer to see more clearly and understand what it is they're actually doing. And in that process, somehow it's being a support system for an artist, but at the same time, she tries to teach them history lessons. And will tell stories from her youth and her background.
For 5 years I studied in our Leningrad Conservatory. It was high level of education. I think it's best school in the world.
If you talk of a performing art, they're attached to countries, you know? Like if you say theater, you think British. You say opera, you think Italian. You say ballet, you think Russian. You know, ballet is the national sport. And Irina is this wonderful individual with an incredible knowledge of the Vaganova training. She was Vaganova's last pupil, as a matter of fact.
Vaganova, it was like, you know, God in that time. Vaganova was a very good dancer. She was smart, and critics or journalists always write about her like queen of movement. Vaganova taught us, use all part of your body and any step. Not only leg, not only eyes, not only all together. All together, even start from the fingers. Fingers and arms supposed to be very soft. Legs supposed to be very strong. Neck supposed to be absolutely freedom. And you use all our body.
Irina has something special where I think something that made her an incredible dancer was the way she used her upper body and her arms. And not every dancer can really explain how to do it, and she has that gift.
You have one coach for all the roles, and for who knows you in and out, who might not know the choreography in and out, but he knows you very well. And she applies this special attention to actually all the dancers she nurtures and rehearses with. She rehearses with me mostly on the more classical repertoire, but at the same time, she's one of the people whose opinion I trust the most in the world.
Arms start at then Sison will go up.
When one is a coach of this long-standing caliber, she's taken dancers now through their careers, so indeed does become a form of a life coach. Because if someone is standing in front of you and isn't really up to par that day, everybody has a bad day. If it's the third day in a row, you have to go, okay, what's going on?
Friend, coach, and when somebody crying, you need to take out all bad feeling. Help artist. It's hard work.
She understands what it is to be a woman and a ballerina and to not be at your best every day. So on those, those days where you're just beating yourself up, and I've cried with Irina many times, she reminds you that this is gonna be over soon. Like, this career it doesn't last long. Enjoy every second of it, but also remember that you're a human and you're gonna go on and you're gonna be a mother and you're gonna have babies and you're gonna, she just reminds you of like the humanity of what we do. We will never perfect what we're striving for every single day in ballet class and in rehearsals and on the stage. But the point of it is to continue to strive to be better. That there's someone, whether it's the teacher, or the ballet mistress, or the artistic director, whoever it is there to watch, to see if there's something that maybe you're doing that will cause an injury. If there's something that you're doing that they can help make easier or make work better. Those are all corrections, but I think it just maybe sounds a little more negative than it is.
All dancers feel that they're not good enough. The good dancers at least do, in my opinion, because if you're humble, it pushes you forward and you automatically look for things which are wrong and which could be better. We, as dancers, are our own products. So you constantly, with every time you step on stage, you have to prove yourself and you have to get better. If not in a technical way, you have to do it in an artistic way. I think that female dancers do get even more out of her than I do. And I'm, a little sad because I wish I would have somebody like that who really danced the roles I danced.
Well, there are no notes. That's what ballet is. It's kept in your head unless there's a film of it. But even with a film, you're getting someone's interpretation of those steps. And that's the quirky thing about ballet and being a good coach, is that you have to allow people not to do it like you did it, but to find the truth in it for themselves so they can give their individual interpretation. And that's why people like Irina are so invaluable. They have incredible respect and love of the material. And she's able to keep track of an amazing amount of versions of the same ballet. What you want to do as a coach for them is to teach them what they know as best they can know it, to the degree where they could sit in the front of the room and coach someone else. That's the objective, that you're going to carry this on.
I was doing Swan Lake, Odette Odile, and we were in the studio. It was my last rehearsal before my show, and I was just standing there watching her show me, what it is I should be doing and listening to her speaking. And I just started crying my eyes out. And then some other dancers walked in and they're kind of like, oh gosh, it's the day of her show, she's having a meltdown. And I'm like bawling, staring at Irina. And I was like, I'm not crying because I'm nervous or because I don't feel ready. I was just like, I'm so grateful to have you in my life. This generation of youth should understand, just respecting our elders and so much that we can gain from them and their experiences. And so it was just like this moment that I was just like, I just want to hold on to you and to every word that you say. And I love her and she's given me so much. So
it's love. She so loves her dancers that she coaches and loves her art form and loves the roles that she is working with them on and loves the knowledge that she got from people she loved, that it's infectious.